Hi! Welcome to my very first YouTube channel. Well, technically I have been posting on here before, but the videos are very random and don't really make any sense. This is my first actual introduction to my YouTube channel and I'm wanting to make videos on here. Not sure what yet. I'm just gonna throw things at the wall and see what sticks. I feel like the best way to start my YouTube channel is to talk about all the YouTubers I love to watch. Technically, this isn't my first YouTube channel. My first YouTube channel was the Dragon Girl 01. I only posted one video on there though. It was me singing Taylor Swift White Horse at my school's talent show. I stopped using that channel because my boyfriend at the time decided he was gonna post Gabriel Iglesias videos on there, and it got striked a bunch, and I just made a new one that he didn't have access to. And this is the channel. Did you know that back in the day, they made you watch a Happy Tree Friends video to tell you don't steal people's content while they're on their channel killing people? Because that's what Happy Tree Friends was. It was pretty much a gruesome kid-looking show meant to shock people. I don't know why they had them make a video for that. I don't know if they still do. I'm not gonna test it out and find out, but I don't think so. Nat Attack is actually a name I was given at my first job. It's the only nickname I actually really like, so that's why I decided to use it. I feel like me talking about all the YouTubers I like to watch will help you know what kind of content I want to make, and maybe you can give me suggestions. And also, if there's YouTubers that you like that I also like, maybe I can introduce you to another YouTuber you would like. So I like to start this video out with one of my first YouTubers I ever started watching. Now when I was 12, I begged my mom for a Facebook account. At the time I didn't know what YouTube was. She actually finally let me once I told her one of the good kids that my mom really liked. She liked her mom a lot, gave her a Facebook, then I was allowed to have a Facebook. Thank you, Ashley S. It means a lot. When I was making my Facebook, my cousin actually asked me if I ever watched YouTube, and she showed me a YouTuber she loved to watch, which was the Computer Nerd 01. Now he does mostly skit content. He did Justin Bieber's Baby Doll, he did Jalapeno, a Lady Gaga parody, and he did Kesha's TikTok parody, which everyone really liked. My favorite video by far was Party in the Local Park. I love that. I would sing it to my friends all the time. Really cringy now that I think about it, but kids are kind of cringy. I was very cringy. It was in 2010, so I was probably around 11 actually. Another OG YouTuber I like to watch was Ryanhiga. Now he did more skit type of content. Sometimes he would do it with people and sometimes he would just do it by himself and just play different characters, which I thought was so creative. He also did off the pill rants. As a person with ADHD, I loved watching it, honestly. It was great. Sadly, he doesn't post anymore. Or I probably would still be watching him. His first video I saw of him was his inflatable green ball video. I actually found that on Flipnote Studio, which is not around anymore, and then I found it on YouTube, which I was like, hey, I remember this guy. It was so cool. One of the biggest OG YouTubers I watched back in the day was PewDiePie. I actually found him because I was a big fan of Tobuscus. I was watching one of his daily vlogs of his intro darkness and redness and whiteness, if you know what I'm talking about. And he was at a party and he ran into PewDiePie and was all like, oh my gosh, I ran into PewDiePie, and I had no idea who he was. And I looked him up and now I watch him and I don't watch any Tobuscus. I'm so sorry. I actually had a bro fist birthday cake when I was young. They accidentally put it upside down, the people who did my cake, so it didn't matter. I still enjoyed the cake. It was a great cake. He has changed a lot over the years. He used to do gaming content, which I really loved. The first series of his I watched was The Walking Dead, and I loved that a lot. Now he mostly does vlogs with his family in Japan, and he does like reaction content. The videos are still good quality. It's nice to, you know, watch him. I do miss his gaming content though. The exact opposite is true for another YouTuber. His name is CinnamonToastKen. He used to do gaming content, but honestly, it wasn't for me. But I love his meme couch and his reality TV stuff with Buff Pro. I always put them on when my mother-in-law and sister-in-law come over because they love to watch them too. I accidentally got them into 1,000 Pound Sisters, which I find actually pretty funny because I don't watch them. I only watch 1,000 Pound Sisters through Ken and Buff Pro. I was really scared when Ken decided to move to Australia, and I was afraid their dynamic wouldn't be the same, him and Buff Pro, but honestly they do a pretty good job over Zoom or whatever they're using. I still like the content and I still enjoy watching. I do like the gaming content of one OG YouTuber I used to watch back in the day, which was Dan Is Not On Fire. I liked his videos because I love the skits he would do when he was telling stories about things that happened to him in the past. It's existential crisis, you know, all that good jazz that everyone goes through, I think. If you haven't, good for you. I actually made a video response to him back in the day. Never posted it, was too scared, but I did make one and I still have it, I know. It's in my old camera. Maybe one day I'll post it. Not yet though. Another corporation I like to watch is Good Mythical Morning. My first concert was a Good Mythical Morning concert, and I saw them on stage and I thought it was amazing. They're super tall. I actually heard one of their songs there that I never heard before, which was Vanilla Wafer Top Hat Time. I'm so surprised I never heard of it. I felt so bad because everyone knew every word to it and we were all singing it and I just was like singing along, but I never heard that song before in my life. I like all their content. I like their Good Mythical Morning content, their podcast, Mythical Kitchen. I like all of it. I've even watched the Myrtle Beach podcast with Link and his dad. And honestly, it was kind of a little too sexual, surprisingly, being with him and his dad. I must mention the Game Theory channel. Game Theory has a special place in my heart because I was wearing my Game Theory jacket when I met the man I'm with today. And that's how we bonded. We started talking about all our favorite YouTubers, and honestly, I love that jacket to death, and it's probably why I'm losing weight, honestly, just to fit in that jacket. I just won't wear that jacket again. It was actually the first piece of merch I've ever bought. I should probably mention what he does. Game Theory does game videos. He also does film theory videos, just like theorizing about them, finding the lore, and it's just a fun thing to do and a fun thing to watch, honestly. He also has food theory video and style theory, which I have not watched yet. I probably should. I have zero style, so I feel like I would be very out of place. Maybe I'd actually learn something though. Let's just be honest. I also really like Steph, Matt Pet's wife. I like her personality. I usually watched her on GT Live back before she had Oliver. I was in college. Honestly, I think she really made that channel like 10 times better when she was on the screen, you know, and you hear her reaction too. Mostly her Nugget impression. I mean, that was amazing. It made me want to play that game so bad. Just hearing her play Nugget. Another YouTuber I watch is Philip DeFranco. I get all my news mostly from him. My husband watched him more than me. I also watch Penguin Zero for news. I love how simple it is for him to make content. Like, he doesn't have to work on a thumbnail. Doesn't have to make crazy edits, crazy, cutscenes, stuff like that. He just talks and says the most randomest stuff in a sentence, and everyone loves it, including me. He's great. And he looks like he could definitely beat me in Guitar Hero. I've never seen him play Guitar Hero. He just looks like someone who would beat me in Guitar Hero. What's popular right now on YouTube, I think, is React content. My biggest people I like to watch that do React content: Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, Scott Kramer, and Funky Frogbait. I love watching all of them. They're all great, honestly. They all have their own personalities. They make ads 10 times better watching them. Mostly Drew. Drew's ads, I mean, if you visit the hot dog website, you know what I'm talking about with the Squarespace. I think I actually got Squarespace for a couple months because he convinced me I could open a t-shirt shop, and I couldn't, but I tried. Scott Kramer lives in North Dakota, which I actually lived in North Dakota for a year. And I actually watched him before I lived in North Dakota when I watched his Good Mythical Morning video, which I think is super funny. We relate on stuff, find people that you have in common with. Another type of YouTubers I like to watch is I'll call them improver YouTubers. When people say to be around people, you'll become more like them? Well, that's what these YouTubers are, to make me a better person. My favorite out of this group would have to be the Minimal Mom, the Practical Mom, which she used to go by But First Coffee. She doesn't anymore. I don't know why. And Wheezy Waiter, I know that one's pretty random. He made me stop using social media as much, like being able to deal with addictions. Not like crazy addictions, but like being able to challenge yourself to change. And he makes videos out of it, which I think is really cool. The Minimal Mom, she helps me get rid of stuff so I do not become a hoarder, because I know I can become a hoarder if I don't even have to try. I could become a hoarder. And the Practical Mom, I'm still not used to saying that. She teaches me how to just clean on my spare time. Don't go to bed without an empty sink, that kind of stuff. I also have special niche YouTubers I watch. I watch Elisa Grenfield for my ex-Mormon content. I was a Mormon for a year, not anymore. That's a long story, not for this video. Maybe some other time. I watch Hannah Alonso for my anti-MLM. I've never been in an MLM, thank God. Thanks to her, I'm surprised I haven't. I would be the perfect target for an MLM, you know. I'm very easily manipulated. I shouldn't say that online. Don't say that online. What are you doing? Don't try to sell me anything. I watch How to HD because I have ADHD and I like watching her content, you know, just to learn more about it. I recently got medicated for it. Being a mom, it's like 10 times harder. Back in the day, I made good grades, you know? With being able to remember things as a mom, it's just 10 times harder. And there's nothing wrong with being on medication, I don't think. I don't think I can get addicted to Wellbutrin. I don't know. But it helps with anxiety, depression, ADHD, and smoking. But I've never smoked before, but I guess, you know, check all your boxes off. And finally, I want to talk about another YouTuber I just started watching. Her name is Nikita Fajita. This is a little different because this is more for like a community type feeling. With all these YouTubers I'm talking about, I am just a random number. I think PewDiePie, I subscribe to him at 8 million. Like seriously, this is very different. I feel like I'm in a community, like I'm conversating, I'm, you know, talking. She does VR treadmill type videos. It's a cat VR, and she actually did a contest to give one away, and I saw her video and I actually really liked her content and I sticked around. I didn't win the cat VR, obviously. I would definitely be doing videos on cat VR. I could still do videos on regular VR. Probably won't be as entertaining, but still, I could. I feel like she has a very good personality, a really great personality, and I feel like she relates to me, and I like her as a person, so that's why I watch her. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I know this was pretty random. If you did like this video, I encourage you to subscribe and see what other type of content I'm going to do. I really hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.